and welcome back to Embracing the Fight. I am Erica Lamar, your digital creator and host. And if you've been watching Embracing the Fight since January, I appreciate you because now this makes a complete year that I have been producing Embracing the Fight. And I appreciate you. And I want you to know that I appreciate you so much that I had a two-part series that I started on last week, and it was episode 52, Mixed Messages with Freeman Walker. Today, we're going to take up where we left off. I hope you guys watched part one because part two is even better than part one. Honey, wait till you hear this. Take a listen. So I can only speak of like what, I've been told from, say, the friends that I had that have been married 20 years and parents and aunts and uncles and folks that have been married, a long time. And one of the things that they say is it isn't that trust is like the foundation. They always start off by saying it was communication. And they built everything, from that. When they found out that they could really talk with this person and this person understood their views and their values, and they didn't go against it, they weren't, constantly at one another. And they saw the other things that they wanted, in the person because they could first communicate. Now, you got,
just describe trust.
but wait a minute, let me finish. So then you got now society has changed in a sense because you see there are a whole lot more, women CEOs, women in the workplace. And I know you're saying grandma and all that, saying that, this shouldn't have changed, women and being, the soft place, the one who brings the love, into the home, the nurturing, one in the household. That's true. Because once I get on the other side, of my door at my house, I want to be with someone that I love. I don't want to feel like, we're constantly at each other for anything because I was married before and that's what that was like. And it wasn't because, he was requesting me to do things I refused to do. It wasn't anything like that. It was because he was outside of our vows. Had he stayed inside, we'd probably still be married because it wasn't like arguments or anything like that. It wasn't me trying to lead him. I always wanted to be led. I want to be the one that supports his vision. I want to help. I want to be, like the silent partner, in a sense. So
But
he
this
was
is
trying. But
and
no, and what is making me say this is because you're saying there's going to be a whole lot of single women, with cats, and I'm currently in this category, even though I don't have any cats, or anything like that. And I am in the United States and I do, meet a lot of people, but I feel like there's something very special out there, for me. And I should refuse to settle, just like I would tell you, you
how
should
is that settling?
to settle.
All
No,
right,
I'm
so
saying for
you're saying you're settling because you
no,
don't feel
no. So let me give you an example. When I say I refuse to settle, I had a person to reach out to me, right? And he told me that he wanted a poly relationship. That's not something I'm interested in.
different though.
So if I would say, okay, that's me settling. If I would just
Hold on, but
slide into
what's
that.
settling to you may not be settling to one that's into that.
No,
What
that's why I said I'm speaking
right?
from my
That's not
perspective
settling though.
only.
But
I'm talking about just for me.
okay, but what I am telling you, and you only speaking for you, but what I am telling you, I'm
Mhm.
speaking for all y'all women. And you just made my point when you was like, communication and everything else. When you were speaking of that, you was defining trust. In order for you to communicate, you have to be comfortable to say what you have to say, which means that's trust. This is
Yeah.
how it works. Hold on, let me come. Thank you. Give me my mic back. All right.
Mm-mm.
How it works.
Mm-mm.
So this is how it works. You have loyalty. It is building a home. Think about building a home. You have loyalty,
Mm-mm.
trust as the foundation. Before you build that foundation out, if anyone ever built a home, it has to settle and it has to harden. So it won't have foundation issues.
Mm-hmm.
Once it locks in, now here come the electricians, the plumbers, and everything else, the sheetrock and everything to go in, because now we got a strong foundation. Because that love goes up top. That's emotional. It's gonna always be there. But guess what? It's gonna always be there on that foundation. And what I am letting you know, I'm at the point of my life where I have my trust and loyalty structuralized, and that foundation is laid and it's locked in. Now that I have it, it can't just be no anybody and everybody. That's going, the mindset, heart, mind, and soul has to be there to understand, okay, this is a brother I can get to know because of XYZ. That's why I'm saying I'm not made for everybody. Everybody ain't made for me. And if, as a woman, you can't trust simple things of going through the process of just enjoying, if you're telling me, oh, it's too fast to meet, okay, on to the next. I'm not worried about that. It's just, what are you talking about? You know, or you don't want a video chat, or you see it your way because you've been single for so long, you don't understand you in your way. But yet and still, you on your knees every night praying for the Lord to send you what's already in front of you. And the Lord is telling you, girl, I'm sending 4 and 5 of them. But you clouded. You don't understand. You have to change. You have to understand. You have to be vulnerable enough to allow that to come in. See, one thing women don't understand is men have vision. So when that man get excited to say, we can do this, we can do this, whatever, we can turn around and do this, what's your schedule like? And you like, dog, slow down. No, that's that man with vision. It's the difference between a man going fast and a man that sees vision and to be excited about you to do these things. And that's action. And a lot of women miss that. So for me, I desire, and this is, I can only speak for me, I desire a woman that's ready for that. You understand what I'm saying? Have a passport, have global entry, because I'm not waiting on your ass. And we go through, we, you know, and we enjoy. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's what it is. I'm that man that see your car outside. This is the old school in me. I see your car outside. You don't have to ask me to wash your car. The car is just already washed. I'm the man, when I go to your house, the garbage almost out, I'm going to take it out because I'm taking it out. Your yard look like whatever with the weeds, I'm going to make sure it's done. You ain't got to ask. It's just going to be done. You understand? That's what that woman gets. Every woman don't get that. But if a woman is sassing and I got to go through all that, I ain't got time for it. That's where peace come in. A woman, peace and encourage. All a man needs encouragement and a smile. Go, oh my God, beyond.
So
you gonna find me that?
Huh?
Glad you say. So you gonna find me that?
Let me go back to what you were saying, this foundation and all that you were describing. And you framed it up beautifully. You know, if you're going to, you know, have a foundation of loyalty, trust, and all these things. But before you build a foundation, before you build any building, you got to have plans, right?
Oh my, that's the vision.
No, wait, you got to have
You ain't got nothing to do with them plans.
No. You got to have plans, right?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And when you have plans, you have to communicate them to the people building the house, right?
No.
You don't communicate the plans to the people building the house?
Yeah, no.
Wait, I'm saying to the people you're building the house. So
no, you ain't the
architect.
architect.
Just randomly show up and know what to build?
Listen, the Lord is the architect.
No. I'm saying in general.
Yes.
You're gonna have a house built. You're gonna have plans for this house.
Blueprints.
Blueprints, they have to go to a general contractor. General contractor then has to talk to whoever he's subbing it out to, right? So the people who are doing the foundation know when to show up for this. And they know when the electricians need to come. They know when the plumbers need to come. All this stuff has to happen after it's communicated. It doesn't just happen.
No, you got it all wrong.
No, I'm not saying that. Listen. Hold on. I got the mic now, right? Your words, not mine. So I'm saying when you are building something, it's very important to communicate with the person. I'm not saying give them your whole vision. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying when you're communicating, that person should be made to feel that they matter. That's it. A woman wants to feel like she matters, like she means something to you,
Correct.
other than you just doing all these things. Those
I'm
things
gonna
that
let you
you do
finish that.
are amazing. Don't get me wrong. I would love to have somebody say, you know, baby, I'm gonna wash your car, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that.
But this one,
But what I would love even more is for him to hear my heart.
all right, all that's great, but you missing a point. That architect you talking about, that's the molding process of me getting there. That's going through that process. The plumber, the architect, sheetrock, general contractor, that's the part of me getting ready to present the foundation so I can be ready, so we can be able to have the trust. All that's dealing with me. You ain't got nothing to do with the
Oh, but
architect.
you gotta talk to me if you gonna
No,
get into a
no,
relationship.
that's where y'all at. Mind your business. No,
No, I said
that
if we're gonna get
brother,
in a relationship, you not
no,
gonna
I got
talk
the
to me.
mic. No, no. That brother has to be ready for what that is. He has to have the vision. You ain't got to know the vision. You ain't got to know none of that at that point. Once that foundation is laid, and now we're building on top of what was done. See, part of that foundation, all that architect and everything is, that had to be done before the foundation was laid. That's the preparedness of the brother. Now that that has been done, now the communication starts with you. And the communication starts with you is when we go to that store and you picking out your cabinets, your granite, your how you want this, how you want this. That's us communicating, because now we're getting somewhere where you're trusting me now because that foundation is laid and you know the house is being built. You didn't know what those plans look like and everything else. You knew it was going to be built and you knew what it was going to look like at the end result, but you didn't know the inner parts of what that man had to go through. You didn't know those nights that he had to pray and he had to fast and he had to get to a certain point to present himself so you could be right. And that part, a lot of women, especially Black women, are missing. If they just sit back and just chill and enjoy being a woman, that's all that matters. We ain't got to hear your mouth. We don't want to hear your mouth. I promise you, we don't want to hear your mouth. Man is sweet. We don't want to hear your mouth. All we want you to do is sit back, listen, and when we want to listen to you and hear you, I promise you, was there. But allow us to get you there. When we go on a date with you, allow us to hold the door for you. Allow us to tell you how beautiful you are without or thinking something wrong because I'm complimenting you on your dress, or we talking about exercising, or you know what I mean? Like, these things that we talk about are very important, but not be in a place where it's a tug of war. See, this is too much of this going on. No man want no tug of war woman. You say, look, see, you about to prove my point. Oh, okay.
No, I would say women don't want that either.
But you do it. For example, you ain't got to comment on everything. That tug of war.
This is a show.
Oh, I ain't talking about you. I'm saying, period. Women, y'all ain't got to comment on everything. All you got to do is enjoy it. Just enjoy it. It'll come to you. It's about action. And that's what women mess up at. When a man tell you all his plans and all this whatever, that don't mean a hill of beans. Look at the action. So when I tell you Nunya or say, come on, let's just go, you got an attitude because I'm going. What you got an attitude for? You ain't telling me where I'm going. I ain't got to tell you. I just said, come on and go. That's it. That's how I am. If a woman don't like that and they want the brother to tell them and everything else, well, hey, go get that brother. I am not a passive guy. I am Alpha and Omega, straight up. I am all of him. I am built from God, the Lord's wrath. Okay? That's how I'm made, you know? But I guarantee you, every woman in my family, would say, he is different, but I know he got me. He is different, but every woman knows they're protected. He is different, but I know the man that I see, I desire, my uncle, my cousin, that's what I want. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care what you look like. I don't. I don't care how beautiful you are. If you ain't got it in here, you know how many women I had to just be like, baby, you ain't it. Because of how the inner side is. I don't care. Huh? God, good you look. What's in here? You follow what I'm saying?
I hear
But
you.
also that woman that has a problem that has a problem just not letting go and enjoying.
Mhm.
Or if they feel like it's too much and then they run. I'm not running after you. You run, keep running. You tell me, oh, I can't do this. I'm done. You hang up in my face. I'm going to send you a text. I know you like the day before I met you. Keep that energy up, buddy. That's it. Don't call me a day later. I was just in my feeling. I was just want to, That's abandonment. Straight up. That's abandonment. Who has time for that? Real talk, like let's think about who has time for that. I am 44 years old and I love me some me. Do you hear me? I love me some Freeman Walker Jr.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like I am at peace. I travel the world, I see these things, and it's like I want me a woman that's in America. I would love to have it, right? All she have to do is just know the vision. But she got to know it through Lord. You see, she got to be in prayer. You see, that's what because I asked women, where your faith at? Not faith, but where your faith at? We met for a reason. So one or two things gonna happen. Either this gonna be a lesson or I'm for you. And since I was 28, this is no lie. Since I was 28, every woman that I've let go, the next man has been their husband. I've had fiancés and husbands to call me to say thank you because I've structured and got them ready to push where they were ready enough to know how to treat that brother. Straight up.
So did they say anything specific that they did that say someone else didn't do that made them ready? Because that's an interesting statement to make.
For first off, finance. First off, finance.
Okay. Let's say beyond that. But I mean, the way that say they were treating the guy, what did they do that was different?
They saw how they was treating the concept of when I let their ass go, and then I was because I let you go like HR. I report your ass to customer. We gonna be in a public area. I'm gonna give you closure right there. We gonna go everything that way, and no conversation after it. That it is. Hey, this is why I'm gonna give you everything you need. Nice to meet you, and I'm moving on. And out of that, they gonna know. And then for the next man, they're gonna be prepared because of that. And it's happened. I promise you it's happened. And they're happy.
So now though, doesn't that make you kind of wonder a little bit if say, I don't know, whatever that one thing was that made her the perfect wife for the next guy, why couldn't that one thing have been the learning curve for her to be the perfect one for you?
Because I am his vessel. I was there to.
You okay with that?
I'm his vessel, and I was there to do a job. It wasn't for me. It was for him. You understand? When you take a covenant, they got to get there some kind of way. It just so happened it went through me to that. Great. Happy for you. Man,
yeah, but you've been doing it for 16 years.
No, since I was 28, the last woman or whatever. Okay.
So
doing at 28.
I'm saying, when is your turn?
When the Lord see fit. When that woman, because I'm gonna be honest with you. This is no lie. I promise you this. I know for a fact the woman will know before I even say something. She will know. You know how deep that is? I have yet to have a woman to say she knew. It's some kind of fear inside of that. Straight up. If I was dating a woman, straight up, if I was that like she knowing before I know, I ain't had that. No matter how good I was, no matter how crazy they was or whatever, that right there, haven't had that. Because that comes with a confidence. That comes with a, it's not chase, but that comes with that. No, I know he my man. No, we good. I know Free is my man. That right there, oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's easier for me when that woman say, no, don't do that, babe. I got it. Cool. See what I'm saying? Because I know that, because that's part of that. Because I trust her in her being. You understand what I'm saying?
All right. So on the flip side of that, what if you were to meet someone and they, appear to be the one to you, but they said no, let's not go any further, and they don't really give, much of an explanation. How does that make you feel, or how has that made you feel? Because have you ever been to that point where you really wanted to be with someone and say you want to spend the rest of your life with them? You thought everything was
I'll
in
be
line,
honest
and
with
all of a
you.
sudden she
I
moved
had that happen. I'm gonna be honest with you. This was the first time I ever talked to my sister about this.
Okay.
I have never in my life talked to my sister about this. But man, that woman used me for my tree trunk. And I was so doggone mad. I was like, man, I feel, I feel like I feel how y'all be feeling. And she used me. She got what she wanted, and that was it. That was it.
I'm not laughing at
She
you.
tried to come back. I'm like, no. Like, You know what I'm saying? Because I liked her too much. But the situation was, she was like a dude in a girl body. Like that's how she was. Professional, powerful. She runs a city. Listen to me. And she knew, man, listen. And yeah, and that's how it was. And she used me.
So there's a few things that I'm hearing. So if I were to try to introduce you to someone, then it sounds like this person needs to really focus on trusting you and understanding. No, I'm saying not saying that they got to go in knowing who you are, but I'm saying they have to trust that, okay, I know what type of person you are. If I'm matchmaking, is what I'm saying. They have to know that, okay, this is a good guy, he is going to, do these sorts of things, because they know that I know what they're looking for, right? But during that process, you need a woman too that she's got to be well put together financially.
Okay.
And if she's not put together financially, she has to be willing to learn to be able to put together.
Let me tell you something. She can be the woman on fries at McDonald's, but her vision gotta be manager of the store to be reasonable.
Right.
If she on them fries, my question is, how long we gonna be on fries, baby?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm saying I get this. Either she has to be set, or she has to be willing to figure out how to get there. Like, she has to have a vision. She has to say, this is where I want to be. Right?
Yeah, and that's it. It's just that.
So you just said that it really doesn't matter, necessarily how they look. But I mean, if you had a preference, I'm saying if you had a preference, I'm asking, I'm trying to form the question for you. Like, if you had a preference, what would she look like?
Listen, she gotta have herself together now. She gotta comb her head. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all been getting away with them BP gas station wigs a little too long. Y'all gotta comb your head, okay? Look worth something. You know what I'm saying? I still kind of want to see the rollers from back in the day. Mama had them rolled up, and like, y'all, like, look like something. You got to have yourself together. You know what I'm saying? Not and put together is not always makeup or whatever. I'm like, I think the most beautiful woman out there is the one back in the day, sweatpants, that you remember that rubber band y'all used to have in college or whatever, and just go in something. Women say this, you get talked to more and faster that way than all dressed up. And the reason being, because it's a natural beauty. It's just something about this energy that gives us versus all the makeup and everything else, which is fine. But you can be you. You know what I'm saying? Be you. That's cool. You know, but be you. But be prepared to live. I live.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Even if we at home, we living.
Mhm.
I don't care where you at. We living.
Okay. So body type.
I just don't have a preference there. I like it's like what I see, the energy. It's more about energy than body type.
Okay.
It,
Does
it
she?
just has to be attractive to me. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like I can't, you know what I'm saying? It just has to be like something that I'm attracted to.
Okay. Does she have to want to exercise?
Yeah, we getting older. I don't need that conking out on me. Yeah. Because I'm doing it. I'm doing it now, you know. I'm literally on a resume.
What is wrong with you?
Man, listen, I got this tea. I can show it to you. I got this tea from the Oriental store, called it Bannerina tea. When I tell you this thing scrape the gums off your intestines, I'm talking about clean you out. Listen, I'm talking about whoa. It's called Slim. Man, look, it ain't no joke. Okay, do not go nowhere. Okay, I almost had a situation in the barber chair. I had to get out of that thing. I had to came out that chair. You know what I'm saying? Like this is no joke. So if somebody, you know what I'm talking about, like that. Look, as long as I do beet juice 2 miles a day, alkaline water. I mean, I just want her to be fine for me, fine for herself. You know what I'm saying? Like, want to look good or whatever. I like a shape. You know what I'm saying? Just a nice shape or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Can she have kids?
Yeah.
Little kids.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If they bad,
No,
they're gonna be
no.
test guys. I'm telling you, I'm from old school. Okay, so that's the only one. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind, but just know who you're talking to.
Mhm.
You know, this is what it is.
Okay. Does she have to live in Mississippi?
No,
Okay. So say for instance, you meet someone that lives, let's say in Illinois,
okay,
and say she has, I don't know, say she's running a city there.
okay.
Would you be willing to move there? Or does she have to move to where you
This
are?
okay. So this is what I say. I will do what makes sense financially
Okay.
when it
That's
comes
fair.
to, you know what
That's
I'm saying. Whatever makes some financially sense for the household, that's what it is. I'm not stuck anywhere. Like whatever makes sense. You know, I'm fine.
okay. And when it comes to like holidays, you know how some people say, oh, I gotta go, to my mom's house, or oh, we gotta go to grandma's house this time. What is your family like when it comes to holidays? Would you be willing to split, holidays with them? Or what if she's one of those people that says, okay, I follow you with everything, but we have to do Christmas every year here? What would
No,
you
it's fine. That's fine. See, everything can be worked out. I'm a planner. If Christmas have to be XYZ, you know, I I'm making it up. My mama like golden crab. She good. That's man. Look, boy, I get them some golden crab. That's the best thing going. And I'm saying some Cracker Barrel.
Mhm.
Listen, oh, they
Mhm.
straight. And I can do that during the week. You know what I'm saying? Like it can be worked out and then swap the next year. Well, I get her family Cracker Barrel, Golden Crab, whatever they like. You know, like it's just that kind of concept, you know?
Okay. Does she have to cook?
Do she have to cook?
I mean, does she have to know how to cook?
I want her in the kitchen in a sense, doing something.
Well, she's just washing dishes.
Uh-uh. If she don't know how to cook, I can teach her how to make some things.
Okay. So she just has to be willing to learn in most areas.
Yeah. Yes, Lord. Like, uh-uh. Like I'm not a TV dinner guy. No.
Yeah, I don't know too many people that are. But so one of the things, that I really, see is of course you don't, like most people, you don't like to argue, you just like to state the facts and you go from there.
Mhm.
And most women, surprisingly, are that way as well, because we do a whole lot of iterations in our mind about things that you guys say that we don't even speak. It's just like, okay, does this make sense? And if this happens, what'll happen? It's kind of like, it's almost like a ping pong, no, a
Mm.
pinball machine. You know how the ball just goes all these different places and eventually, hits whatever the target is that you're going to get, the amount of money for, or whatever it is that you're trying to win. That's how, women's minds work. And what calms us the most is when the man does have a vision and he's leading, and then at the same time, he's taking her alongside as a partner and not someone who's behind him. And I
Mhm.
think a lot of guys, I'm not saying you, but I think a lot of guys don't see that. They see women as nagging and asking tons of questions when it's not because we don't believe or we don't trust you. It's more of, I want to understand. I want to be able to support you effectively. And the only way that women do that is by asking questions. It's not to, undermine
Well,
what
I
you do.
prefer that because I'm gonna teach you. If anything goes on with me, I need you to know how to run it. Like I'm gonna teach you. I'm not gonna be doing some things and then you beside me and you don't know what you're doing. No, that's just like cooking. I'm gonna teach you how to cook this spaghetti the way I like it.
Mhm.
And if you like, we it's stuff. It's the same concept. That's how it is. Yeah.
No, so the reason I said that is because that goes back to, the example you said in the beginning. We do that with everything. It's not just with
Oh yeah,
when
don't.
you're doing something nice, or no, I'm speaking for me. I do that
Oh,
with everything. So it's like, it's not just when you're doing something nice for me, I want to know. No, it's like, I want to be well informed about the person that I love in general.
right.
So I
Yeah,
can make
that's
his
it.
life,
That's how
easy.
I am. Yeah.
So
Come here,
it's
let me
like,
show you this. Yeah.
hmm?
Yeah. Come here,
so
let me show you this. That's what it is. Yeah.
so then back to like the majority of my friends are that way. And what baffles us is I'll be talking to them one week and I'll be saying, you dating anybody, how's dating going? And they'll be on different dating sites and it'll seem like things are going well. And then the person just goes away. So it seems that like with social media, people get ghosted more often than not, and they're not given like a reason. It just,
It's something else to that. That may be what they telling you, but it's something else that's
oh no,
going
I've been
on.
ghosted before. I
No, it's
mean,
not the ghosted, but it's a reason why that man left. You said keywords your friends, but
mhm,
I guarantee you, if you had your friends at a table and then you was having that conversation, and
mhm,
I was there at that conversation, I can tell you why.
mhm.
Why that dude did XYZ.
Okay, that makes me think of something you and I were talking about, earlier. So, we were talking about episode 50, Man Evolved, Social Engineer, where I
Mhm.
had my friend to come on, and there was one part where he was saying that he was dating someone and he was taking care, of the bills, and he was taking care of the woman, and she basically came to him and told him, she didn't want to be with him anymore because he wasn't financially, capable of taking care of her or giving her all the stuff that she needed. And you said you would have, a response for that or
I'm
why.
gonna tell you right now.
Okay.
Is she living with him
They were living together.
and he was taking care of the bills?
Mhm,
And the key words were she don't feel like he could take care of in a financial way. So she was living with him
mhm. In a
and
sense.
they was together for some time.
Mhm.
Man, she was for the streets from the door. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Why do you say that?
I'm just gonna be real.
Mhm,
All right. He was just, how you have the tub and you got the thing that club is the plug, you clog it and it just
mhm,
holds the water
mhm,
and it just keeps seeping. And if you turn it a little bit, all the water go out. It
mhm,
just got to the point in time where all the water started going out. And that's the situation with them. He was just there for that particular reason. She
mhm.
was always there. That was a motive. She wasn't serious about that cat.
Okay, so
First
then,
off, I ain't paying now. What you crap me, man. Is this rated G? You got me funked up all the way. This is our bills. This you look, your half of the light bill is XYZ. We living here together. Let's sit and figure this out. And
okay,
if you talk about marriage, that's how that is. It ain't no 50-50. It's a unit. It's one. You part of me. So we gonna pay this damn bill. You know what I'm talking about?
mhm,
Now, that's just what it is. It gotta be situations. I'm serious, especially if we dating.
mhm,
No, player. And if she saw fit that he wasn't, and then she went on to something else, he didn't do nothing wrong. He did what he was supposed to do.
all
And
right,
he need to be thanking God that he dodged the bullet. Period.
all right. So then that would go, for the second scenario too, when he was dating this woman and she told him that, he wasn't tall enough. And I was like, you can't just grow, after you meet someone. They had been dating for a while and,
Keyword. They were dating
mhm,
and he wasn't tall enough, but they were dating.
yeah,
He was the same damn size when he met her, and she gave him the number, right?
yep.
So it was something else.
Mhm,
Girl, get out my face. Move on. It's just that simple. It's you know what? You know what I realized from a good friend of mine,
okay.
and I started working on this process last year. And
Mhm,
in 2024, this is what it's about to be.
mhm.
The power of okay is amazing. You're not tall enough. Okay. Ain't nothing else need to be said.
That's true.
That's it.
Just keep moving.
That's all. Ain't nothing wrong. That's it.
Yeah. So now you made me think of something else when you were talking about, while you're dating, if you're living together and you're splitting the bills,
Ain't no split
No, I'm saying,
down at that damn table.
no, that's what I mean. But I mean, there's both sides are inputting. I don't mean like a 50-50, nothing like that. I don't mean that.
So let me tell you what the living together part is. I
Mhm,
can only speak for me. First and foremost, the living together is this is a low turnover position you about to apply for. So
mhm,
if you're living with me, you just applied for this position.
mhm,
Okay. Now we have CSOP because we're not publicly traded, we're private. So we got a CSOP bonus structure set up. And you don't get 401k, you get retirement, you get a pension
mhm,
in this position. But you on a trial period as an intern.
mhm,
As an intern, you sit your ass down at this table and we gonna see how financially structured we are to communicate to get these bills paid.
mhm,
Based on the time that we are together, I feel like we are structuralized where we can move forward. You have the position, which is marriage.
mhm,
Prenup will be involved. Inside that prenup will be a clause. I'm gonna put 50 to 100K in a interest bearing account and let it compound.
mhm,
So in case you get crazy and want a divorce, uh, you gonna get the interest off what that money has built over them 18 or whatever years, and I get my money back. That way I ain't lose shit. You get that interest and you go on by your business. That way it's a win-win. I ain't lose no money. You done got a little money, and that's it. See what I'm saying? That makes a lot of sense.
It does, but that's funny.
You see what I'm saying? And if we're together, we together over 20 years, you ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. You see what I'm saying? I ain't going. That's it. Anything past 7, ain't no need. Really, anything past 10, ain't no need. But in that prenup, that clause is gonna state the only thing you get is the interest that has been gained from what's in that account building up. That's
Mhm.
all you take. That way, go ahead.
So you've written a prenup before?
Oh, baby, I didn't study in prenup. That's why I listen. I didn't. like the back of my hand, them them sundown clauses, and them it don't even make no sense to put adultery like uh
A moral clause.
moral clause in there. Because the only way you're gonna be the moral clause in court, you gotta admit it. Who gonna admit they were with somebody? You can know I'm in a room. You can know I'm in a room, a hotel room with a woman. It was a business meeting. You gotta prove it. How you gonna prove that in court? And every lawyer in America know that's the hardest thing to prove in there.
Mhm.
You get it set up the right way where it don't get thrown out. Yeah. But I'm just saying. But that's why if to get all that done, what you come in with, you leave with, what you build together, 50-50. But if you just so happen to want to leave, you take the interest. So therefore, you can leave, but you ain't leaving with what you brought or whatever. That state, you just take whatever that interest is because you decide you want to leave. And that's how it's set up.
Okay. So when's the last time you were in a serious relationship and how long did it last?
2016.
2016? And how long?
About 9 months.
You said 9 months?
Somewhere between about 9 months.
Okay. And in those 9 months, I'm just curious, was this person one of those people that was going along with how you saw finances and the trust component, loyalty, um, moving the way that you move as far as traveling, with the global entry, because you said you ain't wait for nobody. Was this person doing all of those things?
She portrayed like she was, but she was lying.
Okay.
So eventually, people try to mold themselves in what you want, and
Okay.
eventually, the truth will always come out. And
Okay.
it's just all the truth.
Okay. So you verbalized all those things to her that you were looking for, and she just made herself be what?
No, 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 no. Over time, I've learned this over time as well. But
Mhm.
over time, some of the things or whatever, even met with the pastor. The pastor was like, "You dealing with a brother when he done now, and you
Mhm.
need to tighten up." One of those things. But hey, I don't need to shit go nothing.
I got you. So, I mean, is there anything else, any advice that you could give? I'm just say just to women in general to help eliminate, these mixed messages where we think one thing means, something else. And it's because I heard you say it a whole lot. It's like women don't understand, men in this sense when it comes to dating. What are some things that we can do, to help us understand, especially this type of man, the type of man that you are? What can we do?
Stop thinking we think like y'all ass. We don't think like y'all. So stop thinking we do. Period.
So what makes you think that we think that you guys think like us?
Listen, when you just proved my point when we was in the store in Paris. Well, you should have said, and you could have said,
No,
you
no.
put, see,
No. I'm not saying I disagree, with you. I'm saying,
saying it could have been XYZ, but your process in the mind of that's how you would have done it. And if a woman stepped back and just see what kind of man she's dealing with and deal with what that's in front of her, that's key. Now, this is one thing we all can learn.
mhm,
I had to learn this.
mhm,
I had to stop dating the potential of a person and date what's in front of me.
mhm.
And that's a lot of time what women do. A lot of women don't know it, but they fixers. They see a good man, but they see that potential of what he can be.
I'm
Instead of,
guilty. I'm guilty of that. I'm a fixer.
yeah, you can't, hell no. If that man 40 something, whatever, and he out breaking cans and he making money doing cans, and you don't like that shit, yay. Don't date that man when he can. Date him when he owned the building that cracked the cans. And it's just that real.
No, but I'm saying I can admit that because for years, that's what was basically drawn to me as people that needed something in some way, shape, or
Oh,
form.
what
And I'm
you
saying
saw
that's
what
what I accept. No, I'm saying I accepted that. But going forward, now that I'm older and I'm looking back, at that, it's like, okay, that's not the way, you should have gone. There are other things that you should have looked at before you committed, to this. And that's me speaking to my younger self.
you.
But I'm saying now it's like I don't meet so the type of guy that you're describing that you are, I don't meet guys like that. I don't know if it's because I don't go to the right places or what. Like, I'll give you an example today when I went out to the store.
Mhm.
I went all around the store. And this one guy walked up to me, smiled, said, "Hey, how you doing? You look really pretty." I said, "Thank you." He stood there for a second, and he walked away.
Mhm.
That was it. So I don't know if he was married, if he was interested. I know he wasn't interested because if he was, he would have kept talking. He would have at
It's
least
not true.
got some
No,
information and said something, you
no.
know.
That's another thing y'all do. And they did a TikTok on this one. The girl was on the phone. Girl, I'm gonna say something to him, or whatever. Just walk by the man. I told you want to go. Like we supposed to
No,
know.
no, we were talking.
Oh, yeah.
We had a short conversation. I'm saying it was so I'll give it to you all the way. So when he walked up, he was like, "Oh, you look really pretty," and I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you. I appreciate that."
Were
And
you
then
interested?
he was like, "Huh?"
Were you interested? Did
Oh,
you want him to ask you for your number?
I didn't even think of that.
Why?
I was in the store trying
It's
to run
only
in
two
to get the
reasons why,
money and to
man.
run out.
Listen,
Huh?
man, we are so simple. It's only two reasons why we talk to y'all. We want to get in it. We want to try to figure it out. That's it. So if that man say you look really pretty, that was an opening.
Okay.
But my question to you is, did you want him to ask you for your number?
I would okay. Me,
Oh,
look, I'm just saying, me in general, I'm when I'm laser focused on something, I'm just going in to go in and
ask
get
you a
out.
question.
Huh?
Just ask you a question. Did you want him to ask you for your number?
I didn't even think about it
Why?
because I
See,
was
this is
going
what
in
I'm
to get
saying.
something to go out.
You want a particular kind of man, and what I'm saying is you saying you wouldn't think about it, but that's what you need to be thinking about
So
if a man approach you and say you look real pretty.
so
Y'all was doing a conversation, and what was in the conversation?
so he was asking me, what I was doing. And I was like, "Oh, I'm just
Okay,
coming to grab a couple of things
okay.
and get out of here." He was like, "Oh yeah, me too." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's nice." And he's like, "Yeah, you got a pretty smile." I was like, "Thank you." He said, "Okay, well, you have a good day."
Ma'am,
And I couldn't tell you what he
man
looked
that
like.
gave you
If I saw him
three.
again, I couldn't tell you what he looked like.
Now, let me school you. This man and complimented you 3 times. It's period. You got to be aggressive. Okay, nice. Did you compliment him?
No, because I wasn't even thinking about that. I'm like
This
getting
man
up and I'm gonna
complimented
get
you
out.
3 times. Okay, you're not understanding this.
No, I
This man
understand.
complimented
No, I
you
understand what
three
you're
times.
getting at. I do.
He didn't complimented you 3 times. You didn't say anything about him. And then
Mm-mm.
he was like, well, it's nice to meet you, whatever. He is looking for a door to even ask, you married, you singing, I don't see a ring or whatever. Everybody ain't me or none of my partners. If I like you, I like you. Hey, what you got going on? Okay, look, I see you ain't got no ring on. I don't need nothing. But look, hey, I'm very direct. I'm a direct guy. Everybody ain't direct. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That brother may not have been direct, but he complimented you 3 or 4 times. But you keep saying my focus wasn't that, but you
But
had
I'm
time.
not direct either.
You missing the point. You didn't have to be direct of somebody opening where you can go in the door. He gave you a compliment. Why you didn't compliment him?
Someone looking at him like that.
Oh my God. But you had time to stop to have a conversation with him.
I couldn't tell you what he looked like.
But he just complimented you. Once he said you beautiful, that should have been a trigger to say, okay, let me check him out.
It wasn't.
But that's what you have to start turning on. That's what you missing. You got to start turning that on. Is
But
this something I'm attracted to?
okay, so I'll take that. But
Okay.
it happens so few and far between. Like, cause I
It
don't.
happened.
No, I'm saying that to say this. Like, I don't go out. Like, I don't just. Oh, let me go to the mall and just walk around and look at stuff. I don't do that. Really, I don't.
What they got to do with anything? You just met a brother in the store.
No,
And
I'm saying just in general. I'm not. I'm not used to people coming up to me like that.
but he did.
But I'm
And
just saying
that's
I'm not
something
used to
you
that.
want.
But
Huh?
if you're not used to something, it's like different.
You pray?
I do.
Have you prayed specifically about what you desire and want?
I have.
What'd you say, Lord? Oh, okay. The Lord just told me to tell you. He sent it to you, and you just let it
You
walk
say he
up.
said it to me today, but he was too afraid to ask me for a number.
No, it ain't on him. Don't
Why
be
isn't
thinking
it?
it's on him. No.
Why
The
isn't
Lord,
it?
what you say, Lord? Wait
Wait
a
a
minute.
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Read
So
Jehovah.
all my life you telling me that I should not listen to what my mom used to tell me. That you
Look,
don't pursue a man.
look. Let me tell you
Man
something.
is seeking
Let me tell you something.
find you.
Tradition will send you to hell. First off.
Ain't trying to
Second,
go there.
secondly, you're not pursuing. You are allowing the brother to pursue you. What is wrong with complimenting that brother to see him like that if that's something you're interested in? Because now the brother know, oh, she's just complimenting me.
So wait a minute. By me smiling and engaging him and talking to him,
Ain't
that's
nobody got
not
time for
enough.
that.
Wait a minute, that's not enough. So I
No,
can see, wait, I can see if I turn around with a sour look on my face, like, what are
don't
you
work. See, that's what I mean by women that think that's how men think. Y'all
No,
ask
I'm asking.
cats, huh?
I'm not saying that's how you think. I'm asking. So if
I'm
you were to come
telling
up
you.
to me
No,
and I look at you really
no,
sour, but I talk to you, it's
no.
different than if I look at you and I'm smiling with you and talking with you.
It don't have nothing to do with nothing.
So you don't care if a woman is looking
Everything,
sour, if she looking happy?
listen, look, this day and age, you have to be very intentional and very straightforward. I don't want to assume anything of the way you look. If you're not telling me, if you're not giving me your number, whatever, I don't know. I could give you a compliment and that's it. And you don't say nothing. But if I'm complimenting you 3 times and you ain't saying nothing, I'm going by my business.
But you know, I've had that happen before where
Just
people
had
have
it.
complimented me and I've complimented them, and then oh, I'm married. Okay,
Okay, but guess what? You know he was married.
right.
The opportunity was okay, he was married.
Mhm.
In this case, you didn't get that opportunity because you didn't open your mouth to actually see what's in front of you.
But
I'm
we have
telling you,
conversation.
I'm getting okay, which okay. He told me to tell you this. See what's in front of you, sweetheart. I told him. Okay. See?
Oh my goodness.
It's just that simple.
He's crazy.
I'm telling you, you gotta see what's in front of you, sweetheart.
Hmm.
If a man approach you, you gotta see what's in front of you. Ain't nothing wrong with coffee, tea, nothing wrong with none of it.
I don't see that's the thing. I am good with all of that.
All right, but you gotta get there though, E.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
But
We
E,
both gotta get there,
E, you're not
right?
here. You're not listening. You want to hear, but you're
I
not
am
listening.
listening.
E, that was a prime example of what I'm talking about. You have to be able, when that man give you 3, 4 compliments, you got to turn on the let me check him out senses inside of you. You can't be like, well, I was just focused on the bread. Your ass gonna be with cats at 60. I'm telling you, keep on doing that. You better turn on them senses and start looking for what you desire.
I'm thinking my
Your mama can
subconscious.
tell you, okay, your mama can tell you don't pursue all she want to. And that is true. But what she didn't tell you was she knew she wanted your daddy.
Oh,
She
so let me tell you this story. Let me tell you this story. And I know she so the other day, what was that? Had to be around the 20. I think it might have been Christmas Day. It was either Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. We were talking, it was me and my aunt and my mom. We were talking about, how my mom knew that my dad was the one. And it was the craziest thing because she had told me once before. She said she was like 7 years old and she had a dream and she saw, the eyes of the man that she was supposed to marry. Well, fast forward, what, 16 years?
Say it again.
Huh?
What she say?
She said she had a dream.
But she say she knew, right?
She knew by the eyes of the man. Yes, she knew. That's what
But she knew.
right.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I desire. You see how your mama knew? Like, it's something about that woman that knows. Tell you now.
But wait, so fast forward 16 years. My mom was working like at a truck stop. And this man comes in and he's got those eyes. They what? No, it wasn't even 16 years. It had to be more like 13 years. Because they dated for maybe 3 years and then they got married. So my mom was 23, when they married. But she said when she was telling me and my aunt, she was like, she knew it was him when she saw his eyes.
And what she do to get him?
Nothing. He came over to her.
No, dear. Your mama did something for him too.
No. So she was working at the truck stop. He came in, sat down to get something to eat. She was his waitress. And they had a conversation. He asked her out. She went out.
Ask your mama how he asked her out. He just didn't know. Your mama baited him.
With some pie?
Man, listen. I got some pies on me. What you do for a living? I'm telling
they had the money back then.
Listen, what you do for a living, it got to a conversation where she started conversating because she knew. And what I am telling you, the same way your mama got your daddy is the same way you got to pursue. Your mama baited your daddy into a conversation to get to that point. You understand? Your daddy didn't know from a hill of beans who this woman was serving. All he was doing was whatever. But he saw something nice in front of him. She probably switched a little bit here, switched a little bit there. I'm telling you now, she probably asked your daddy how he saw like, oh, it's a beautiful thing. It's something that attracted your daddy to your mama. It's something.
I know it. My mom's a beautiful woman.
It's something that clicked that he saw or she did. I'm telling you now.
I'm gonna ask him. Huh? I asked her, but I didn't ask him.
Ask him. Man, listen, she poured that coffee in and she took her time. Man, y'all, it's something your mama did.
It's something about you.
And then after that, man, listen, no disrespect. How long they been married?
It'll be 54 years in April.
Man, listen. No disrespect. Your mom put that thing. Put that thing on your. He knew that was it. He was like, "I'm out the game. That's it."
What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
Daddy was like, "But your dad was like, this is it. I'm out. I done found it. There it is." But that's how we are. Man, listen, this is how men are. This is so serious. When we find that one, I'm telling, ain't nothing else out there for me. And I guarantee your daddy be like, "I wasn't nothing else out there." I knew that. I understand your mom.
I have to talk to him and ask
your mom a bad girl.
I wish I knew if they were awake or not. Because I sure would call them so you can hear what they say.
Your mom a bad girl. I guarantee your dad will be like, I knew wasn't nothing else out there for me. I'm being honest. Yeah, 54 years, man, listen. And that's when your mama knew, that's what I'm talking about. See, I didn't even know that, but that's that woman I desire. So if you got your friends, whatever, whoever she is, all right, they ready? Hey, I would love to, lunch, brunch, dinner, whatever. I would love to. I'm at the point where, like, seriously, I would love to get to know. I would love to do that. Because at one point, I was going to do this at one point. I was going to start just traveling just to get to know, just to figure out, and just start doing it.
So what stopped you?
Huh?
What stopped you?
I mean, I just, nothing stopped me. It's just the fact that I wouldn't mind doing that. If it was where I had an opportunity where that was out there, where I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to travel, pinpoint, just go and start just getting to know these women. But I like that's all I desire.
Well, I hope you get the true desire of your heart.
Well, thank you.
Because everyone deserves to be happy.
And I will tell you this: start them senses. Start when that man gives you a compliment. Turn on them senses to say, okay, is this is something I want to just see to say hello to back, and that's it. All right.
I hear you.
All right. Well, it has been a pleasure. I've enjoyed this.
It has.
I'm gonna tell you another couple that I admire.
Okay.
I think you may know him. I grew up with him. I know him like the back of my hand. I owe him my life.
Really?
Because he was the reason I went to Freaknik. Dallas Moss.
Why did I know you were gonna say that?
Man, my God, Dallas.
Look, Tracy, he didn't go to Freaknik. He didn't go to Freaknik.
No. He got the rental car for like if it weren't for Dallas, oh my God. Look, Dallas J, man, listen, that's my guy.
Yeah.
All right. That's one. Listen, what they have, that's like one of the ultimates, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like straight up. Like I know this from seeing it. Like I grew up around this, right? I know him as he's older than me, but looking at what that is, what kind of brother that is, like that is real. And that is real and is rare.
Yeah.
And I adore both. Tracy is, I'm telling you, that relationship is, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and they grew with each other, right? I desire to have where I'll just need her to just sit down and that's it, and let me do what I do.
And you know what's funny? When you were going to say Dallas, I knew that's what you were going to say, and I can remember some days sitting in the control room having similar conversations, kind of like what we're talking about right now. And he'd be like, well, when I tell her to do this, she gonna do that. And I was like, look at him like, boy, that is not how it's happening, And when I met her and I saw, what an amazing personality she had and just how funny he was, I was like, that it makes sense.
If you talk to Dallas and you mention my name, man, listen. Man, I can write a book about it. Look, I was going to Atlanta.
He's a good guy.
You mean? I was hooked on Atlanta. I used to steal my daddy's car to go to Atlanta. Man, my daddy tried to shoot me. Like, my daddy preacher, man, I took that car. He was supposed to go to church on Sunday. Man, listen. It's a story. I got some stories about that. But man, that's Atlanta. That ain't what this is. It's old. You know what I'm saying? That's, oh my God. That Atlanta is, oh God, I miss that Atlanta. But it's those beautiful kind of relationships. I know 4 or 5 couples that's literally like that, but this beautiful. I understand they go through some things, but there is that. So yeah. So if you do, like I said, have a young lady that's like, established mentally like that and saying, you know what, I wouldn't mind knowing, hey, I'm for it. So yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of these. I'm looking forward to seeing how this pans out and everything else. And thank you for taking your time. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for taking the time to be on Embracing the Fight. I know it's not easy to let people, look into who you are and look into your world. And how people do when they get on the internet, they criticize you for what you say and what you do, and they don't know what it's like being you each and every day. So I just thank you for being transparent and being so open.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Embracing the Fight. This was the second portion of Embracing the Fight. You all had a chance to hear the entire conversation, one last week and one this week, about mixed messages when dating. And I am so excited to hear what you all have to say. This is very important. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment to comment and let me know what you think of the episode. And as always, don't forget to click like, subscribe, share, Embracing the Fight. Thank you for being loyal listeners. And thank you for tuning in to this episode of Embracing the Fight. You have an absolutely amazing day.